Afube. This is Misal Bay, aka Warlock Asylum, coming at you once again with another lesson from the Simon Necronomicon. And today we'll be covering the section Incantation of the Gates. So I'll probably share my screen once again. Hope everybody's doing well. And we can see here the Incantation of the Gates is in this online version of the Necronomicon by Simon. And basically the incantation of the gates, begins with Nana going to Nebo, to Ishtar, to Shamash, to Nagal, to Marduk, to Ninib. And it's pretty self-explanatory. A person should receive a name at each gate that they can use in passing the next gate. And one question that did come up this week, coincidentally, is in reference to how does one call the gates after one has walked the gates, after they have successfully walked the gates? How are the gates called? The gates, sorry, let me just take a taste. The gates are called in the same manner that one calls the 50 names. In the formula given in the Simon Necronomicon spell book, it talks about how to invoke each of the 50 names with the Zekia Kampa. You know, that formula is actually the same formula that is used to invoke the gate with the seal of the gate. So what you would do is you would call the gate sigil, which is one of the 7 gates, and you would use the name of power that you received in that gate as the word of power in the calling, with the same formula that's given in the Simon Necronomicon spell book. Also, if you don't have a name of power, you will want to use one of the 50 names that is in accord with that gate, which is something that we'll discuss in a future discussion, but it should be pretty obvious for someone who's been working with the tome in quite some time. Another thing, I'll share my screen again, that I thought would be really good to go over is, if you notice, like at the end of the gate incantations, there's these words that appearingly seem to be intelligible. Let's say, for example, if I was to scroll down to the Nagal gate, you can see certain terms. You know, seems like there's some words there, like Kanta, La Makia, that sort of thing. This is covered exclusively in the Buddhanomicon that was written by myself and it analyzes actually the Simon Necronomicon. So I'll leave the title of that book in the description. And basically a lot of those words that appear towards the end of the gate incantations, what they are the names of combined deities. You will find the same thing with the words of power in the 50 names, which I'll demonstrate, but they're the names of combined deities that are relative to that sphere, but they could be from other nations. And actually, what was discovered when I was researching the Buddhanomicon is there are actually more Asian deities in the Simon Necronomicon than Chaldean entities because of that reason. So a lot of those names, once again, to repeat, the words that you see at the end of the gate incantations, a lot of those are the names of deities combined from Asia and India, you see. And they put the word Lord attached to it in like ancient Mesopotamian language, maybe as like a way to not misguide, but to kind of make it a little bit more mysterious. And that's pretty much the brunt, of the incantation of the gates. It's, you know, and there's certain things that actually could be learned from that. Number one, it's an interesting exercise when you try to memorize the incantation of the gates. So for those who are really deep into the work, that's something that, you may find that when you're in the gate, trying to remember that incantation is a pretty good exercise because it can be used meditatively. And hopefully the lineage that you're in, they'll understand the usage of that. There are many other jewels that we'll discuss, but this concludes this lesson in the Simon Necronomicon. This is me, Sila Bay, aka Warlock Asylum, saying have a blessed day.